Carl, welcome to this week's edition of In the Dugout. We'll start off with a few questions from the fans, mainly Leeds-based. Obviously, the club had a lot of credit after the performance last week. The first from Stuart Thompson. I think we've touched on this before, but have the club got any plans to spend the money gained from the Leeds game?
From Stuart, we might put it on number 3 at the 3 o'clock at Donny on Saturday. Hey Stu. No, listen, we've still got some money in the pot already for play in the playing pot, but you know, if we need someone in the back end of the season or someone comes along, then we'll certainly have a go at them. But it's there for us for when we want it. If that's the question that they're asking, it's certainly for us. It will be made available to us if we do need it.
And the next one from Chris Scorer, just wishing the club well and giving them a massive well done, and just saying, as this 17 now that played on Friday night earned themselves selection if fit. Obviously Kieran Cross we saw came off with injury against Leeds, but apart from that, did everyone come through unscathed from what you know?
No, to be fair, we took a few knocks out of it. The 17 who played certainly put their hand up. The players who didn't play, they'll have to put their hand up in the training, but as you say, that 17 won't be because Kieran Cross is out for a few weeks. But we haven't done nothing about it. We went to, with us not playing this week, I would have liked for us to have a game this week just to keep the momentum going. But the boys were over and we had an unopposed game against Hull 23s Tuesday. And by all accounts that went well. So, that's as close to a game as you'll get without us playing. But like I say, I wish we were playing on the weekend just to keep the momentum going.
On the Leeds game then, after a couple of tough weeks, we went there and really put up a good show for ourselves, didn't we? First half maybe give them a little bit too much respect, but second half we came out and showed what a good team we are. Yeah,
and listen, we can't get carried away with that. They still put 60 points on us, so we still got some work to do, but the way the boys dug in deep, and you would have thought the second half would have been all Leeds, but it just shows that the fitness levels were good. We need to transfer that into the league, and if we can maintain that level and transfer it into the league, then we can start getting excited. But we've had 3 tough weeks, and people giving the boys all pats on the back for what they've done against Leeds. We need to be doing that against London and Hemel and Keighley and Barrow and those sort of teams. We said last week what we wanted to get out of the game was some confidence. I think we got that, especially in the second half. But like I said, I think the boys will agree that we just wish we had a game this weekend to see if we can still stay on that wave and put some other teams to the sword.
How pleasing was that second half at Headingley? It seemed like every time we went forward we were in with a chance of scoring a try against a very strong defence. We saw a lot of different tries as well, didn't we? A couple of kicks to the corner that were pounced upon by Louis Sharif. I mean, Charlie Martin's try ran a great line and then burst through the Leeds defence. What was it like for you sitting and watching the team?
Listen, I don't know whether it was pleasing or more relief. I'm sure you would have had more than 2 questions for us today if like what everyone thought that would need 100 start and that sort of stuff. Before the game, that's what everyone was saying, and so personally, it's a relief. But I'm not happy until we can transfer that into the league, and so will that's the coaching staff's mindset as well. So we copped some flack before the game, and at half time, you know for a fact we would have got it if the boys didn't pull the socks up and have a good go. But so credit to the players, they done us proud. They did do us proud. We won't shy away from that. We've had messages from the people at Leeds saying that Super League clubs won't go there and score 6 tries against them. So hopefully we take the confidence from that. That was the one big thing I wanted out of the game, was for the boys to get some confidence, and I do think they've got that. The togetherness afterwards, which again, people questioning our team spirit and that sort of stuff, and the link between the coach and the player, that's rubbish. The spirit was fantastic. That's what we needed. We needed that Leeds game just to, when it was tough, and to all pull together and you know, I've seen some good signs in the dressing room after the game, which really pleased me.
And Brian McDermott as well, full of praise for the Dons' performance. He mentioned to me after the game, saying that the team was in a huddle after the game, and he said that he feels that if we perform like we did on Friday night for the rest of the League One season, then we're in for a very good year.
Oh, listen, I had a real good 15-20 minute chat with Macca after up in the bar, and asked him a few questions of things we should be doing to make us tighter. And you know, they had a horrendous year last year, and so he sort of touched on that with me and told me how they sort of got out of that. And so we'll keep those close with us, and we'll take his advice. But he certainly said we tested them, and he said, I'll tell you now, if you can transfer that into the league, your club's in for a real good year. And I think he's gone out in public and said that. But the other stuff that he told us, I'll share that with the coaching staff, and we'll keep it. He's an experienced coach, so he's been to London and done the hard yards there, and had a tough year with Leeds last year, and they're flying high now. They had a tough one a few weeks ago, but it's in times when it's going tough, you've got to stick together. And the fans certainly enjoyed the day, and hopefully the noise they made at Headingley, we need them to bring that back. We need them as well to do that, not just at the Leeds game, but to every game we play in, because they make a difference. They do make a difference. And instead of getting on to the boys, the boys loved it when they heard them singing and chanting, and it inspired them. And I think they had a big part to play in the second half performance. You know what I mean?
And for the players as well, you mentioned the away fans, but as well the south stand at Headingley was full, wasn't it? And they were cheering. I was out on the pitch when the players came out, and they were getting a warm applause there in the warm up. After the game, they got a warm applause.
That was for me, I think.
So for them now, they've got a taste of what it's like playing at grounds like that, and it's something for them to aim for in the future, isn't it?
Oh, listen, the players loved it, the atmosphere, and that first half they may have give Leeds a little bit too much respect, but I also think that the referee gave him 12 points. He penalised us twice on the fifth tackle, which I thought was harsh. And that scoreline at half time could have been a bit less. And then who knows what would have happened in the second half if we came racing back like that and got within 6 or 12 points to them. It could have been a really interesting. So we'll take it. We'll take that. We hopefully got the confidence, and looking forward to a big one against London.
And a week off now for the players to try and rest and recover any little niggling knocks, to get rid of them, prepare for the London game, and take what they learned from Headingley into that game in Kingston Press League One. Yeah,
we have got some knocks, so it's the week off has come at a good time, even though we would have all liked to play this weekend. But I'm sure come Tuesday all them knocks will be gone, because every player now wants to play, and every player, like Chris alluded to, that the 17 who play really, really well, they'll keep their shirt, and that's how we're going to go. Some players will be unhappy, but we need to start kicking on and just hope we can transform that second half into our league form, and we can give the fans something to shout about, and they can make a load of noise and start coming to games enjoying themselves, instead of coming watching something that's upsetting them all the time and making them angry and venting all their questions to you. For me, it's just we all want to be in it together, and we all want to have a good season, and we all want to have some fun. And also with the weekend off, tomorrow night's Macca's testimonial launch over in Hull at the Robin's Nest at Craven Park, 7 o'clock. If any of the fans want to get over there, it'll be a cracking night. I think he's got the Coyle, the boxer, guest speaking for him, and I know there's some videos flying about of a few of the old boys got some stories to tell about Mac. So if anyone's got nothing to do tomorrow night, get over to Craven Park and support Macca in his testimonial launch. He deserves it. Yeah, just to finish up, I was just going to mention Macca's testimonial launch, just see if you've got anything personally you'd like to say to him. I know you've already wished him well, but I didn't know if you'd like to just... Oh, listen, it's a launch. Him and Fecker's got a testimonial together. Both deserve it. Both play in a real tough positions, and to play as many games as they both had, and many years over here as they both have, they they deserve everything they get. So, you know, we'll be supporting them in nearly everything they can do, or most things they do, and whenever we can. You know, the Hull is looking after Fick as one, and between Hull KR and Louis and Sean Leaf and one or two others, they're taking care of Mac as one. So whenever you see any events for the boys, if you can get some of your companies to go to them, or we can go as a club, you know, I'd really urge everyone to support them both, because great servants, and they're both doing well for our club.
Thanks, Colin.
No worries.